Hi all, so it's Orshi, and I was thinking I would participate. Oh god, difficult word in the morning in this hashtag because last time there was one with the rainbow text, and I just don't have enough text for that one. But even though I don't have enough text for this one because it would require I think 10 at least, and I only have 7, and one of them is still on its way. But I thought that with this hashtag I could actually participate. I saw Simon's video first and then I went on and watched the original one, Jen's, and I'm gonna link both of them down below. And then I think I've seen only 2 far, but I'm actually kind of can't wait to stalk this hashtag to see what other people say. And yeah, I have a list, and I have not. I'm not gonna say I'm cheating because I don't think it's cheating, but in some of the categories, I have a little note about them. I have decks that I don't have yet, but I thought I could still include them. And for the spirit category, I'm gonna use an oracle deck because I don't have a tarot deck for that one yet. So I'm trying to keep this short because I will have to go to work soon and I need to finish. So let's start with Earth, aka Pentacles. This was, I guess, the easiest, and I've seen this deck, the first one, the Everyday, which I have the mini version, which I edged, and I think that it just makes it so much prettier. So I've seen this deck in the air category in someone else's video, and I can totally see that because, you know, all the flying witches and whatnot. But for me, when I was thinking about a deck that where the pentacles pops into my head, this was the one. I don't know why, but when I think about it, all these little pentacles are coming into play. And the other one, other reason is because when I think about what the earth suit represents, it's, for me, it's the means to an end. So we need money, we need security, we need food and all those material stuff to be able to dream, to be able to create, to be able to more than just a being who is living for the sake of living. So for me, when I think about money, for example, I don't think about it that, oh, I need money. I think about, oh, what I want with that money. And the Everyday Witch Mini is the permission to use it for something, you know, creative and more than worldly. If for example, buying tarot decks and stuff like that. So it's that sense of how to say, earthy stuff for me. The other deck, which is the more negative part, but not in a bad way, just the more down to earth urbanization feeling which I get from the deck, is the Deviant Moon, which I've seen us. I think someone put this in the water element because of the emotional value, and of course I can understand that. I have the borderless version, and I haven't started with working it yet because I want to film my walkthrough first. But isn't this just so cool? At first I was like that, I didn't like the deck either, but I've seen some videos and then I was like, I think I need it. So for me, this is the more shadowy aspect of the money material world, where you can, you know, drown yourself in just the worldly pleasures and only think about what you want and what you have to get out of situations. Next one is water. I only have one of the decks in this category. The first one is the Light Seers, which is the mass market, but I edged it. The Light Seers, which because, yeah, read reversals, so some of them are reversed. For me, this is the more heartwarming side of the emotions. Hello, that. Like, see, even that is not like a horrible card, we know that, if we start getting familiar with tarot. But for me, this is the, if I want a emotionally comforting reading, I think so far I'm reaching for this one, or something that I know emotions are involved, I'm gonna go with this one. But the other one, which is the, how to say this, because it's not gonna be a negative or more honest way to look at the emotional part of our existence, the Santa Muerte, yes, Santa Muerte tarot, which I don't have yet, unfortunately, but oh god, I'm getting that because it's such a beautiful deck. It has a lot of red in it when I think about the deck, and I don't know, just the fact that it features skeletons, which is, you could be say that those are dead things, but for me, I think that it's because I'm such a huge sci-fi and fantasy person, not fan person. For me, it's not exclusive, you know, and a non-living object or something like a skeleton can hold a lot of emotions. And if you don't know that deck, look up the Two of Cups, because I think that's just the most amazing Two of Cups. I'm not gonna try to describe it because it's easier if you look it up, but for me, that's the more transcendent way of looking at the emotions, you know, something more like how to say this, yeah, I'm gonna go with that, the more transcendent, more otherworldly, I guess. So the light series, the everyday human experience, the Santa Muerte is more like the leveled up version of those emotions, because maybe it's because it's coming from the dead, so yeah, I probably. The next one is the fire, the wands. The fire element is another interesting one because it's creativity, it's passion. But for me, the first thing that I was thinking about is, and the deck that I have is the Wildwood Tarot, because this deck has that animalistic raw power and fire that we all have inside of us if we connect to nature. So if that makes sense, because I think that where humanity in general right now is a place where we just forgot how to live with nature, and we need to go back to a place where we can actually light a fire and just be in nature. And I think for me it could be a very earthy thing, I know, but for me it's a connection with the earth and through the creative and fiery passion, if this makes any sense. Probably not, but hey, this is a hashtag, everyone can say whatever they want to say, right? Because for me it is. The second one in this is another one I don't have, which might sound weird because I think it could be an airy deck, the Darkness of Light, which I hope I can get a version where the borders are black, because I don't like the white one. I think being almost monochrome, duochrome deck is the cool part of it, but it still has those muted reds when I think about it. And for me, the Darkness of Light represents winter, and our emotions are dialed back down. Our fire, our passions are, you know, not there anymore. So I guess I'm mixing everything in every deck, but how all the decks has everything. But for me, winter is a time when we're not that passionate, not that creative. It's not that easy to pick up stuff because all we want to do is sleep. Or maybe it's just because my name means bear, so I just want to sleep all the time during winter. But anyway, so it's the Wildwood for the natural, raw, animalistic power and creativity and passion, and the Darkness of Light for the muted one. If I don't forget, I'm gonna link all the decks down below, but I might forget because I have to work. I have to go to work, and yeah, I have to work, which is another part of life which is hard. But anyway, moving on. Oh, it's not even that long video. I'm getting good. The last one is the air, the sword. Now, the first one is the one that I'm hoping that I can pick up next month, because it's a more expensive deck. So far it's gonna be the most expensive deck I'm getting, is the Spacious Tarot, which I didn't want at first, but someone said something regarding the High Priestess, and then I was like, of course that means that, of course and then I was like, yes, I want that deck. So because it's the air, most of my decks are air decks, by the way, even if it doesn't look like that, because I'm an air sign. I have 6 air elements in my chart, so I'm very much in my head. And for me, the Spacious Tarot is that deck that allows you to take a step back from the situation, even though you're forced to be in it, but you're still being outside, if this makes sense, because you're like, the tarot is opening, the card you're pulling is opening a door, and you're standing in the door and you're looking at the situation, so you have a bigger, broader viewpoint, if this makes sense. So I mean, that's what I'm expecting from the deck, so because I don't have it yet. Let's be next one. And the other one is with air, with the mind. I can leave out fantasy and magic, and I made this for, and you can, I posted a very interesting walkthrough of it if you want to look at it. I mean, very interesting as in how do you fail to recognize cards in your own deck. But this is the fantasy. I mean, look at it. If you remove all the borders, doesn't it look like so beautiful? It's Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. So I edged it also because, yeah, my hair was supposed to be like this, but yeah, it's not. So air, and this is the fantasy, that part of me that believes in magic. I don't care who says what. I grew up reading fantasy and sci-fi books, and I absolutely believe that magic is real. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So I have the very two of the side of the being airy, I think, is that you're being able to look at a situation from an outside perspective, which is the Spacious Tarot, and you can believe in anything and everything if you let yourself, and that's the Shadowscapes Tarot. Okay, and I'm cheating, I think, or maybe not, I don't know. I mean, Jen said that we can do whatever we want to do, and that's the last category, the Spirit, which I have an oracle deck, because not just because I don't have a deck yet, and maybe I never will, and it's kind of, I don't know, I'm a little worried that I won't have a soul deck, so to speak, because I've seen a lot of people talking about that, and I just don't, maybe I'm too airy for that to have, like, I don't know, or just haven't yet met my deck yet. But for this one, this is one that is the Angelarium. I don't know, it's such a name. This deck, I haven't posted a walkthrough yet, but I'm gonna be, and it's gonna be just me gushing over this deck, seriously. I mean, I absolutely adore everything about the artwork. When I've seen just one card, the Emptiness, actually, that's when I was like, which I cannot find at the moment, of course. Where's the Emptiness? Come on now. Of course, almost the last one. Okay, I mean, it's such a Westworthy feeling, and that's why I made my bag in these colors, because I just couldn't decide what to do with which fabric to pick, because there's not a lot of options here, and then I went with my favorite card, Sidon. So with this deck, that's why why does it represent the soul, the spirit, whatever to me. I don't believe in angels in a more biblical, traditional way, you know, that they like flying around and just looking out for the best of us, and they like all loving us, and not because I don't believe this could be true, But someone said to me once that angels are not there for holding your hand and, you know, like leading you gently down the path. They are there that if you need to learn something, they're gonna put a roadblock in front of you, a rock to trip over, because they are there for you to learn, and they are helping you on that way. And this might sound mean, but for me it actually makes sense, because babying someone, so to speak, you know, all the time is not good for them. So I look at angels in a very detached way, you know, like they are something that we can't comprehend. And I think Peter's art is exactly like that. It's something so outwardly and higher meaning, I don't know how to say that correctly, that it gives me that feeling that yes, if angels are real, and I do believe these type of entities are real, and we can call them angels or whatever, they will be a tool in the hands of the universe to help you go down a certain way and a certain path where you need to learn something. And yes, sometimes it's coming from in a warm, gentle way, but sometimes they're gonna just kick you in the butt because that's what you need. Because we like to not, at least me, we like to, you know, sit in comfort and not really learn our lessons if we don't have to, because learning lessons are usually hard. So that's why I picked this one for the spirit category. And that's it. And it's not that long, and I hope that other people will participate. I mean, people like me who only have a few decks, who only have a few videos, and they are just doing for the fun. Because even though I really enjoy watching two people as videos who have like an enormous amount of decks, but I think it's just fun to watch anybody, even if you have one deck, and you can just, you know, show the different side of the deck. So please watch the original video for a better description of what each category is meaning. Ugh, that was a very weird sentence. What each category means, because I purposefully didn't even try to explain it, because like I said, it's in the morning, and I wanted this video to be short, and I can't speak anymore. So I'm gonna end here and hopefully post this one soon. And please comment. I mean, all I want with my videos is to be honest, is just connect people and to talk to people. So if you have a video or you want something that I should check out because you have a channel, please leave a comment, and I'm happy to do that. But for now, bye.